All right. I went to a couple of Targets today looking for, well, new Mego figures. And again, another maddening experience. So I did pick up some figures. Unfortunately, they're 14-inch female figures, stuff that we've already seen and stuff that I've already passed on. Let me know if I'm having trouble with my audio, but it looks like I'm coming through pretty loud. Hold on one second. Let me just check it here. Oh, yeah. I'll have to change the name because this is not Batgirl that I'm reviewing. It is Poison Ivy. But anyway, I can change that later. What we're reviewing right now is the Nicole Kidman look-alike Mego 14-inch Bat. Oh, here we go, Batgirl again. Sorry, I just did a review on Batgirl and it's being exported to folder right now for uploading. Anyway, the number on this is 12. Number 12. If you can see that. Number 12. I don't know if you can see that or not. Maybe you can see that. I'm trying here. The glitter is brutal. Anyway, it's 12 of 8,000. And looking for anything that's different. Hold on. This might have a different seamstress. Nicole Wilson. Nope, same seamstress. Can I ask how my audio sounds out there? Anybody? So yeah. Yeah, that likeness to Nicole Kidman is uncanny. So anyway, it says also available in this collection. They show you the Superman, the Green Lantern, and the Batgirl. I currently have completed this second wave of 14-inch figures. And I'm just taking a look at the box. And I will say, I think the female boxes look better than the male boxes. I just think them, with the exception of the Joker, now that's a wave 3 figure, the box design was far different than wave 1 for sure. But yeah, so what do you say we get her out of the package and let's have a look. All right. Sorry, I'm just checking my audio. I don't know if I'm actually coming through. So let's get this open. Again, I don't know what those numbers mean. That just is, to me, that's just a sticker on a box. Let me know that, hey, that's the 12th sticker that was applied to the box out of 8,000. And with this figure here, we're going to want to cut this tie from the back because it's wrapped right around her hair. And we don't want to get that knife anywhere towards her hair, you know? So there's that. And these here we can just snap off like so. And she's got a little accessory here, Venus flytrap. And let's get that knife out of the way. So we're gonna go cut her uniform or costume. Oh wow, she's wrapped up here like she's in bondage. That's the first time I've seen that. And I can tell you right away that I actually like her boots better. Her boots are actually rubber instead of the plastic fair. But does she stand? Because she's on heels and she does actually stand and she looks pretty phenomenal. And this is interesting. Those joints don't feel too bad. She's got these little green wristbands. They're just little rings with a little split in them that spread across Wow, her hair is pretty phenomenal, I must say. I'm telling you guys, don't that look like Nicole Kidman? No, I'm not obsessed with Nicole Kidman. I just can't help but see the resemblance with the green eyes. Will she focus? I have to see. Focus. I gotta tease it in. Yeah, look at that. Very cool. Now, I'm in the process of working on the Batgirl review, and those joints are very loose, and her arms are not as loose, and these legs don't feel as loose. This one feels a little loose, but the spandex is so strong on here, it pulls the legs back. So yeah, you can see that is a very pliable rubber boot. Whereas the rest of these, with the exception of the Joker, have been a harder plastic, like the old G.I. Joe boots. Just leave her boot off for now. And you see they have this design here, this like ivy. It runs all the way down the length of her costume there. And as far as her, she has spaghetti straps on, almost invisible spaghetti straps. You can see there. So I would not suggest pulling these clothes off. And it seems to me that I'm going to get lucky and not have to. Well, that joint is a little loose. But you know what? At the risk of making something else worse, like breaking these little spaghetti straps here, I will not be taking her clothes off. So let's go through her articulation. Her head will do the owl, of course. And I might add, her head is on straight. And I don't mean, hey, she's a smart girl and she knows which way in life she's going. I mean, her head is on straight, as opposed to the Batgirl, which is actually molded crooked. So every Batgirl that you're going to see, and it's just not mine. I've seen Batgirl all over the place. Her head is crooked. I just did the review on that. Yes, sorry, I don't have it up yet, but I'm working on it. Hi, MIB, how you doing? Yeah, so she actually stands pretty damn good. And and I don't know what's up with that, but her arm joints are much tighter than the Batgirl that you will see in the review that I did, which will be uploaded today. But my only problem with this figure, yeah, I mean, and not that the head's too big. I don't care about that, you know. My only problem with this figure, let me just grab the box real quick. Is in the box, you show us a black leotard on the box. You know, I think if you're going to have an illustration like that, you should actually carry that over into the figure. I think all of these 14-inch dolls, figures, whatever you want to call them, I think they need to be covered all over, with the exception of the head and the hands. But even some people suggested that to keep this in true Mego fashion, they should have had gloves. And you know what? I may agree with that. That being said, there's no reason why all of this could not been black, just like the Batgirl, and all of these legs here been black, like the Batgirl, with this perhaps sewn over the black leotard, you know, because I think that would have been closer to the illustration. How you doing? So I was expecting somebody else to jump on here, like my son. Hi, Johnny. How you doing? I said I wasn't going to buy any of these female dolls after the Harley Quinn. Something about the stigma of a guy playing with a doll. You know what? I'm a toy collector. And it doesn't hurt that Target has these on sale right now for $15.99. And like I said earlier in the video, This is number 12 of 8,000. So I will save that box. I got to ask you guys, can you hear me all right? Because I'm working with a different microphone here, and I need to know if I'm coming through loud and clear. If not, I have to change the mic. So just a quick yes or no will be just fine. You know, always troubleshooting on the fly. So yeah, like I said, the Batgirl has she's in heels too, but she has a very hard boot. As you can see, that is a very pliable, soft rubber boot. I like this. I just think this feels like a better quality. And I just don't understand the inconsistencies all over the place. Batgirl gets a complete, gorgeous wrist to neck, all the way down to the ankle outfit with a cape. And I know Poison Ivy doesn't get a cape. And then Batgirl gets skimped on with cheap plastic boots. Then you kind of skimp on this doll and give her some kick ass rubber boots. I just don't understand what the mindset is. You know, pick a lane and stick in it. So, anyway, I don't know much about doll hair. So, you can see how they've twisted this hair. I mean, it's a very full head of hair. I'm not exactly sure how you care for this. I don't know. I don't play with dolls, but I'm sure if I do a little research, and there's going to be a doll collector out there on YouTube that's going to tell me how to care for this type of hair. But I mean, she's got a lot of hair. Look at that. So I'm going to give her. I mean, that's a point on the scale for her. And the boots, that's another point. And these cheap little bracelets here, that's whatever. That's crap to me. That's novel. However, she did come with a pretty nice accessory, a useful accessory, I might add, because this is kind of what she's known for. You know, she got a Venus flytrap in a potted Venus flytrap, nicely colored. Again, another solid piece. It's not hollow. I think it's very, very cool. That is a useful accessory to me. Unlike Superman getting packaged with kryptonite, and then they go ahead and put the same kryptonite in Lex Luthor's uh, box, which makes sense, you know. But Superman getting packaged with kryptonite, well, that just doesn't make any damn sense to me. I think that thing showed up somewhere else too. I'm having trouble remembering who else had the kryptonite, but I think it's actually in 3 different figures. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about this other than the fact that some of this is in regard to a very loose leg joint, and you will see that in the Batgirl review that I upload after I finish here. That being said, do I think they're any tighter than? No, I just think this material is tighter. It actually pulls them down. You know, all of these 14-inch bodies, I've come to the conclusion, whether it be the female gender or the male gender, are garbage. You know, and I understand. Let's put things in practical terms here. A 6-inch Hasbro figure is $20, and you get shit with that. You know, the paint jobs are garbage. The joints are all loose. So I've been crying about the joints on here, and I think it's justified. And I'm sure Mego would say, "Well, we're only charging you $19.99 for this figure." Okay, that being said, go ahead and charge me $29.99 for this figure, and give me a rock solid body, because a 14-inch figure in this day and age should be worth $29.99. But not if it's a figure with a bunch of loose joints. So at this point, you can't even justify the $19.99 because it looks like you mailed it in before it even got to retail. Like you didn't care. You just didn't give a shit. So anyway, I think she will actually stand pretty good as she is doing right now. And I must say, she is very photogenic. This is Nicole Kidman. I should have just I had a photo ready to, kind of throw up there of Nicole Kidman because I see this. I see that. So somebody's inspiration was, I think, Nicole Kidman. Let's see if I can get her to stand up here like so. And she is standing. Yeah, I mean, I put this figure off, and you know what? The head sculpt on this figure is like one of my favorite. I mean, out of all of them, out of the men and the women, I think this. I mean, she is a gorgeous figure. She really is. Let's see if I can actually. Oh, you know what? Batgirl's right up there, and you're gonna get a review on her. But let me bring her down. So yeah, I mean, there's some things about this that, like the hard plastic boot. Come on, pull it off here. This is a hard plastic boot. So Poison Ivy gets nice, soft, supple rubber boots, and Batgirl gets hard plastic boots. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. And I still think she looks very mannish. And the fact that her head is sculpted crooked, and there's no getting around that. It's gonna always sit on that slight angle. That kind of sucks. Hi, Chris. How you doing? So yeah, and then there's just other things about this figure that I mean, the best thing about this figure, as you will hear in the review, is her outfit. Her outfit is fantastic. Really is really sharp. I'm almost tempted to go buy one of these here to rip the head off and design my own cowl for her because that head sculpt right there is awesome. And you know what? The hair color is almost exactly the same. So what difference does it make? And again, this head is crooked. This head is just molded wrong. So if you look inside the box and your Batgirl's head is cockeyed, wow, there you are. Hi, Logan. How you doing, buddy? I try to keep up with you guys as I go, but if I'm actually talking about dolls, in this case, real dolls, and again, this is not a review for the Batgirl. I know I put it in a title, but because I'm a dope, but that's a real review that's going to be coming up. I did that on a 4K camera, and I actually, because her outfit was so nice, I wanted to do her in 4K instead of 1080 live. But now I'm wishing, after looking at this girl's face, that I would have done her in 4K also, because man, she's just gorgeous. That I don't give two shits about her outfit, you know. But even if I could get these somehow yellow, I think these boots, these rubber boots, are much nicer than the yellow bat plastic ones that they put on Batgirl. Again, if you guys haven't seen it, this Poison Ivy is equipped with a very soft, pliable rubber boot. Whereas all of these other figures, with the exception of the Joker, all of those boots have been hard plastic, two halves fused together in a brittle style plastic. And I just think I like the fact that they're moving in the rubber direction. And it just feels like a better quality. It just feels like it's going to last a lot longer. So, yeah, I think I've already did her articulation. You guys should know that by now. Single joint elbow, a pin, and a hinge, and a kick out like that, kick back that much, forward that much, a double jointed knee where she can kick you in the nuts. Wham! So anyway, and of course there is a hinge in the ankle, but no pivot at the hip or the ankle. So she's pretty straight footed. And that's another thing on these 14-inch bodies. I wish they would. assemble these things kind of like the 8-inch Mego because you don't get any pivot on the toe at all. Whereas an 8-inch Mego pivots up here at the hip, so you can actually spin it out to the side. And I think that's huge. It may be a 14-inch figure, but you know what? Just keep the same design techniques as you used on the 8-inch. What the hell? Anyway, now I'm having her. And again, that's how you know your leg joints are loose when it's so inconsistent to stand these things up. And of course, they're on heels. You know, both of these women are on heels. I will say the Harley Quinn that I reviewed had those like moccasins on, and she wouldn't stand at all. I hated that figure so much, I gave that to my niece. I couldn't wait to get that out of my collection. She was bald headed. So, yeah. Yeah, Batgirl, her outfit looks awesome. But I think this head with a custom cowl over this head is nicer than that head. Her outfit is exquisite. It really is. I can't say that enough. Her outfit is fantastic. Her outfit sucks. There's some weak points in this outfit. Like, I like to strip these dolls, whether it be male or female. But she's got these little plastic spaghetti strings here, spaghetti straps. They want to make them look invisible because they just want to make you think that these are just resting up there. And that's not the case. And if you start pulling on these to get these clothes off, you're going to snap these. So I fear that she may have loose joints her whole life because I'm not going to risk tearing into those spaghetti straps like that because that would happen. And I don't want to get into that. Lord knows I create enough work for myself when I'm looking at these figures, you know? So, yeah, her head is a little goofy, but her clothes are exquisite. Her head is the selling point on this one. And her boots are pretty fantastic. And you know what? She got a real accessory, one that makes sense. Not a batarang that she can't hold. Or like Batman gets a batarang that his hands, he could karate chop it with a straight hand like this. So I'm gonna see if I can catch up with you guys. Yeah, well, she's the Oracle. All right, Johnny, you have a good one. I'll be looking forward to that review later. It's always pleasant to see what you pull out. Yeah, and there's no wave, Chris. I was just at Targets today, and I had this guy. He went out of his way. Whereas Tuesday I was at the same Target, and the lady said there was nothing in the back. Today I found a guy who was a little more ambition than anybody, I guess, and he says, "Hey, looks like we got 18 or 19 figures in the back." And I was jazzed, because all they have hanging on the pegs, I mean, packed, or Wave One figures. That Target over there has never had a Wave Two figure, much less a Wave Three figure. You forget it. Wave One figures only. So, I'm excited. So he's gone for like 6 minutes and he comes back and what does he have? Boxes of Wave One figures. He said they just came in. So if you guys are looking for any Wave One figures, my Target over here, which is about a half mile away, they have all 10,000 of them, I think. Because that's all they have. And tons of Sulu and Chekhov and Norms and Alice. And you know what I'm saying? Just tons of it. And 14-inch figures, they run the trifecta of the Wave One, nothing Wave Two. So these two, I've been watching. Well, I haven't been watching them. I know exactly where they're at, and there's lots of each there. But I wanted something to review today, let's be honest. And I've been eye spying her clothes, and they look fantastic. And the only reason why she came home with me was she's a number 12 of 8,000. I know I said that earlier, but for you that are joining me right now, hey, Kathy. Hi, wife Kathy of Logan's Run. How are you doing? Hope it's a pleasant Saturday for you both. We're cold and snowy here in the city of Chicago. Well, it's 32 degrees. I don't consider that cold. However, it is snowing. They're saying we'll have 3 inches before it's all said and done. That's why. Oops. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. How rude. Hey, it's live television. What can I say? So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I got a pot of chili, a crock pot full of chili up there that should be done in about 2 hours. Yeah. So anyway, this is Kevin playing with dolls in the Wolf Den. And I think I'm going to wrap this review up here because I got to get that official review uploaded right now. So, well, where are you at, Chris, that you say it's cold? Because around here, we consider 9 or 10 degrees a heat wave. Well, not really. But when it gets up to around 25, 27 degrees in January, that's a heat wave. Oh, yeah. By the way, I was just in Texas for my first time back in April. I was doing the Route 66 road trip. And I stopped in Shamrock, Texas. And I photographed an old ghost gas station on the side of the road. And yeah, and it was 80 degrees. And it was in April. We left here. It was like 41 degrees. And by the time I got to Texas, I had all my clothes off. Well, I was just down to a t-shirt. You know? No, 72 isn't cold. 72 is downright warm to me. You know, that's especially when you're working. Yeah, that's hot. So anyway, wouldn't you guys agree that taking her head and putting it on her body and making your own custom cowl, wouldn't that be a good idea? Wouldn't it be worth the investment of spending $15 more? By the way, these are on sale at Target this week for $15.99. So makes it a lot easier to, you know, buy these and start tearing them apart. Of course, you guys watch my channel, you know I tear stuff apart. I like it. I like to see how things work. But I'm thinking that head right there is pretty sharp. Again, I don't care for this figure, but I do like that head. And if I could score a pair of yellow rubber boots like that, that would be a huge upgrade for Batgirl. Well, maybe I'll do that, Chris. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attempt to make a cowl, preferably something in not plastic, though. I don't want plastic. I want something pliable. I want something I could pull over, like a latex, you know? You know, I know this place. They have this real thin Italian leather that you're coming about samples like so. I can actually take the time and stitch those together like Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, but of course we'll have to be thinking with Batgirl in mind, and of course the ears. But I think that would look really sharp, even if you did it in black. Yeah, Batgirl should be blue. But my point is, I think it can be done. I don't limit myself to what I can or cannot do. I just try. If it works out, it works out. You know. All right, you guys. I think I'm gonna close this up. And yeah, this review was actually about Poison Ivy and how there's inconsistencies between these two, just these two dolls alone, and it seems to be that way throughout the entire 14-inch line. Not in distribution on these, just in the mindset of how they're putting these things together. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. To all of you who ever stopped by and asked questions, I'm sorry if I didn't get to you. I try to keep up, but then I start talking, I'm rambling. You know, I'm from Chicago. We do that a lot. So yeah, Holla Wolf out.